the defense quit, including himself. If a player comes out and
Can I hit start?
All right, fellas.
And the coach
Welcome to the wild card of the playoffs.
Oh,
Is the owner that bad?
We got the Saints
Canada.
and the
Is that
Panthers.
why this is happening?
I don't think it's the owner's fault.
Well,
I don't know if it's the owner's
Game
fault.
on.
I would say.
Ooh, Chargers, Dolphins.
Distracted.
I mean, Sean Khan.
I say Chargers.
They
I
own
wouldn't
Man
want
U,
Yeah, I wouldn't want to lose a
Don't listen to me.
right? And his son was the man running that team, and his son also runs.
Guess what?
So they're
I didn't get
they're
Bubba.
fairly distracted ownership, where I feel like.
Congratulations on your victory,
neither
sir.
of their top
That's
priorities.
you. Bubba McDowell went down in a meaningless game against the fucking
Sean Khan
Panthers.
cares way more about Man U as he should.
B-God says, Jared,
his
good
son
luck. Steve, bring him
Didn't care
home.
about his baby. AEW.
Yeah.
I would take Jared on the money line here.
I do not have Bubba McDowell.
Yeah, I know, but it's just going to make you stronger.
That's not going
It's like when people smoke while they're running or
That's-
try with their
that's-
emergency brake
that's-
on. Or
He's like,
to. Incorrect, sir.
I think it was at the draft where Tony Khan was running that race because he got.
Doing this for comedy and posterity. Congratulations on your victory.
Todd says,
It is
Peterson
basically
hasn't been
says
able to
all
develop
you
Trevor
need to know.
Lawrence. DJ Sims Play says, let's go, Jared.
Thank you, D. Appreciate it. But
Yeah, who's a better player, Steve or
I
Bordia?
did not get my.
Who's a better player, Steve or Bordia? Just saying. I beat Bordia without Bubba. Mamble. You got this. You have a much better team than I did. And you're a better player now than I was then.
Jared just like they told there, Jared, you eat a shit.
That was a grunt of disapproval and mental frustration.
Now it's
Jordan,
time for
because
mental frustration.
Jordan knows it doesn't always come down to who's better, so to speak.
B-God says, Bomb City, Steve, good luck.
Boston
Todd
City.
says, Press Taylor sucks, but Peterson won't fire him.
You guys said Bomb City?
That's what Victor said. Or not Victor, Vincent.
I don't want to be called a terrorist. But bombs away.
I expect it.
I just apparently there you go.
All right, here we go.
Don't you
Playoff
get a
time.
win.
Part of the league is here.
What would you make the line for this game? Bubba did not come back.
Well, I know.
He'll get fired at the end of the year.
What would I make the line for this game?
There's not much point firing him now.
What was the regular season in this matchup?
Steve swept Jared, I think.
Steve swept.
Dude.
Yeah, but they were too close. Two good games.
Jared's in the tank.
Jared's tag.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
There it is. Fire.
He's trying to
They're
fire
gonna
you
grab
up.
his victory
No, he's trying to
out of your ass,
sabotage
man.
the
How
game
much help
before it
do you
even
need, Jared?
starts by being his usual
I don't
asshole
know. He's trying to
self.
think he's
No,
trying
I
to.
would say I was
Look.
asked what the line is.
No,
I
you
would set a line
Jared's in the tank. Yeah, go
of
fucking die.
New Orleans by. New Orleans is home too. Right?
Give New Orleans 10.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say New Orleans by 9.
I'll take that action.
I had it.
Can I bet on my own game with you?
No, Pete. No, you can't.
So that's about plus 500, I think.
Pete
on the money
Ohtani.
line. I'll take plus 500 on Jared.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's probably a little high, but
You want the ball?
he's got home field.
It begins.
It's hard to ever vote against either of these teams in the playoffs.
That's true.
Like,
That puts value on the dot.
The two teams that you and I used to complain about the most as being shitty teams are indeed two spectacular teams.
Excuse me.
And Joel's living the fucking life. We need to get him like a footrest. We need Lou with a fan to be like fanning. He's got
I
great-
love missing the playoffs.
He's no playoffs. He's at ease. He's the calmest person in the room, besides Lou, who's comatose.
The nicest thing that happened was when I got up at 3 a.m. to play the Denver game, and it was a snow game, and so they fucking played.
I know. I was in the other room. All of a sudden, like I got done hearing Bill's Man Bowl song, and then on what's it called?
Informer.
Thank you, Brain Rot. Informer starts playing, and I was like, oh, Joel has a snow game in Denver.
It was completely relaxed me.
How was it?
35-0.
Oh, you smoked him.
Beat the
You
shit out of them.
smoked him. Well, I think once the song came on.
Oh, completely relaxed me.
Yep. It's like the power of being the defending champion and having your mandible song. Like, it's
Yeah,
just,
like I
it's
understand
good
that.
vibes. Yeah.
Like that kind of shit shouldn't get to you, but like having something to cover anything else, and then you know, it really made a difference for me. All right. In-game betting is moved to plus 350.
God. Come on, guy. Hit the button twice. Didn't really work.
He didn't turn Dion around fast enough. I think he hit him in the back of the head.
Yeah, he's got to work on his turning around.
Every now and then.
That's the potential man bowl song.
That would be a fun Man Bowl song.
But I want the Nicki French version. I'm sorry.
Oh, the cuts!
Touchdown.
Yeah! I'm counting my money.
Do you have a bet on this?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
He's
I
a-
would
he's
have.
an internal bet.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, you have an imaginary bet with an imaginary person, and right now you're winning that bet.
Well, the alternative was to play with myself.
Okay.
Okay, well, you know that you can do that later.
You leaving? Just leaving.
Todd says Luda's only semi-comatose.
Semi?
Quam. Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
Well done.
I
Well
bet you kind of
fucking
reverse safety
done,
there, 'cause I
sir.
thought that was really funny.
That was awesome.
Oh, yep, there you go.
Button!
Damn. Good fucking
He had a
run,
20-yard
dude.
head start
That
with
was
extra.
awesome.
He's like, let me shorten this gap for you. I need more stats from my receivers.
Barry Foster's had a good day. He didn't have to use his AK.
Yeah. It's always a good day.
Dan's ready to ram it down my throat. Man, it's scary when you see Zoom moving like
But
that.
yeah, highly recommend Japan.
Yeah.
And with the schedule that you have, I think
Oh,
you'll
yeah,
be able to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it work.
A couple guys have talked about going over. I think do they have a? They're talking about something. I'm not really into all that, but like Nintendo Land or something like that, or
If you're into that, there's a neighborhood called Akihabara.
Cool.
Which is just like all
Just don't run.
everything like
We don't need a run.
Dan says,
ever
woo,
made,
go
like,
Jack.
ever
We don't
in
need
the
a
last
run.
80 years, like
We're-
is in a shop somewhere, a little drawer.
oh,
If you
that's
need a
cool.
replace-
We don't need a first down.
Um,
Yeah, when I was in South Korea, they had a lot of like the arcades. They were really cool.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like really cool stuff that I was, I'm grateful I got to see.
yeah, it's pretty similar to that in that way. The arcades there are pretty good.
Just yeah.
And like now, with emulators, you can play almost anything at home, but there's still nothing like
Yep.
being in a place where you can't read the signs on the wall.
Yeah, yeah. We got lost in the subway once. We had no freaking clue where we were going.
Are arcades still big in there?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Well, I guess when I was there, it was,
In Japan, they still are, but I mean, I wonder how much longer.
but yeah, right.
Because they're, kind of dead here.
Oh,
Yes.
they're totally dead, right? Well,
Do you have a round one out here?
So,
we do where I'm at.
we have there's a couple
Nice
of
job.
arcades.
Yeah.
That's become a thing.
There's a cool arcade DC. It's pretty cool. Everything's free to play, and you just,
Yeah.
that's fun.
And there's like a couple places that where they're arcade in the sense that but they more rely on renting out the facilities and parties.
That's a business model. Yeah.
And they'll also buy and sell the machines.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of anyone who quote unquote invested in pinball machines in the last 20 years has done really well.
One of the guys that plays in my league online, I think he's in Wisconsin. He plays in a pinball league.
Oh yeah.
Which I was like, oh, that's really cool. He said he was pumped because they just got the Pulp Fiction machine.
Yeah, we just got that one in my league.
And I was like, oh, and he said it was like a newer machine, I guess. They just created.
Yeah, it looks like an 80s or 90s machine.
Right, yeah.
But it's actually,
I
yeah.
was like, oh, that sounds cool.
And pinball in an arcade makes total sense because that's something most people aren't going to have at home.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, emulators are fun, but that's one thing that's not the
Have you
same.
seen they have a lot of them at, I don't know like where they're at, but you can buy these like an arcade machine. It could have 4 controllers, or it could have 2, and it's every game basically emulated through it, including like the name.
Oh, yeah.
I have friends who got one. They got it from like Costco or Samsung for like $350.
Oh, it's not quite that. That's the one-up machine.
Yeah.
These are something that are like, I have to maybe I'll show the group when I find it. It's like, I
Nice
think
dive.
maybe they're on Etsy or like they're created.
Oh, there you go.
Is that Dion?
That's Dion.
Goodbye, Dion. Dion says, "Woo, go Jared."
Holy that's a game
Holy
changer.
shit.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah.
This is why you should have drafted Benny Blades.
Yep.
This game is different now. Yep.
I hope it stays the same.
It can't. It
It
cannot.
just can't.
No, the games will be very different now.
That's like a death wish right there almost.
That's the one thing about,
Oh, you know.
at least for me, this game versus like whether it's like real football. It feels like the value of replacement player is more drastic here. Like the next man up attitude was less effective in this game than in real life. Maybe that's what I'm saying. I guess it depends on your deck.
Yeah, it does.
Like if you lose Joiner, it completely changes your team.
Oh yeah.
But like Dre Greenlaw tries to get on the field after a commercial break in the fucking Super Bowl. That's not why they lost.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, like for me, that would be like the Cunningham injury.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Have you
Not this year.
in past seasons?
Oh yeah. He's been
Yeah,
there.
your first season with him, like it was entertaining to
Last
watch.
year I made the playoffs and I didn't have him for the stretch run.
That's not, but the only thing I see differently here too is that on the NES version, a quarterback that's mobile can make way more of a difference because
You
the
gotta
scrambling
use
of
it.
The
Yeah,
scrambling is
take
a
your
lot
time.
harder in this game, and
Yes.
you can't throw anybody
That's
at
right.
the quarterback normally.
Okay.
Whereas
Right.
in NES you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that took me a long time to get used to because I used to scramble a lot in the
Yeah.
NES version. And
You
just,
can really just pick up chunks of
yeah,
first
they're
down,
so
first down.
slow in this game with no hitting power.
Yeah.
Although I saw Dave Craig throw somebody in the game today. That was surprising.
So, you know, it might have been Jordan. Might have been the Dr. Squash Pine Tar dealer.
Oh, yeah, they could do that too.
So who was the when you two were growing up? You played this, obviously, right?
I didn't start playing this until I was like 17 because these guys introduced me to it. Because
Gosh.
they were all playing it when they were growing up. We used to hang out at Dan's like all through the week, every weekend. We watched football there.
Yeah.
And then Dan and Lou and our buddy Pine, who's no longer in the league, would just be fucking sitting and playing it on the tube TV, doing
Yeah.
random shit, like random challenges.
Yeah.
That was kind of
Pretty
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Bill says, "Congratulations on your victory, Jared."
I wasn't gonna do that.
Where'd Bill go?
Like, I didn't
He's
grow
not
up
bad.
on this version either.
No, who did you grow up on?
NES.
Did you?
I grew up playing that.
And the original Tecmo Bowl.
I would say I
Yeah, I did play that first off, but then when Super Bowl came out, I was like blown away because
Oh,
they
yeah.
kept all the stats, it was all the teams.
Tecmo was definitely
Like double the size of the playbooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tecmo was definitely the first football game I ever played.
People still play the original pretty hardcore. I just don't like it because it's an automatic interception when you step in front of it.
Yeah.
And it's what, 7-on-7, right? The original Tecmo
Yeah,
Bowl,
it's not. It's not the full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How those games, right? Joking you? I'm gonna get
First football game I ever
I
played.
feel like I'm
Football
only 3 years
for
old
Atari.
trying to get
Oh
experience.
shit. Okay.
Okay.
I think maybe I remember got my first original Nintendo. We had John Elway's quarterback. That one was.
We had 10 league members. One of them dropped. Snack food took him down.
It's still good.
Damn, dude, that's calls.
But I didn't learn to not throw into cover until after I joined this league because I started on Tecmo Bowl.
Right, yeah.
Because there's usually somebody open in Tecmo Super Bowl, or you can run with the quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I might have been Bill. Someone told me that you have to throw into coverage here. So,
Right,
why do I
right.
want to do that? Yeah.
Sometimes there's no choice.
Yeah.
And you can run with the quarterback, but it's not as effective.
It just depends on who you have.
Bottom
Right.
hash.
Yeah, but it's much less likely to be helpful.
So you got Cunningham, and who's the next motherfucker?
fucking
Steve
guy.
Young, probably.
Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Like,
And,
any Testaverde really
Then
good.
Rick Meyer, I think, is the next one after that.
Yeah, and then after that,
Andre
like,
Ware has a little bit.
yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Rodney Peete has a little
Right,
bit.
he's a little bit.
And then Jeff Hostetler has 25.
Hosteller has wheels.
Yeah, I liked having Hostetler when I was in
I
Arizona.
like Haas, man.
Alright,
Because he's got a
holding on.
cannon and he can wheel.
Yeah.
Saints
Saints are holding on.
Wheel snipe seller.
Well, same stuff. Whoa.
I win.
Lose like sunlight.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jared, I'm back.
So where'd you go? What'd you do?
Amy and Amelia were abducted by aliens. They gave me,
Jesus fucking Christ.
they gave
Oh. Never
Amelia some
mind.
Minecraft Legos, but Amy was viciously probed
Never mind.
and needed comfort.
Forget that I asked. It's fine.
So she just needed a finger in the bum.
I thought you needed the comfort. The probe wasn't the bum.
You don't find a finger in the bum comforting.
That wouldn't be a probe. That would be a comforting finger in the bum. Probe to me.
No.
usually means
She
just-
was violently probed. She needed to be comforted.
Oh, by putting her finger in your bum.
No.
Come on!
Where you going?
How would she be comforted by a finger in the bum when she was just probed in the bum?
She wasn't probed in the bum. I just said she was probed.
You know, they say a
You
gentle
just assumed the bum because you don't have other holes.
We shouldn't have asked.
I know. He's in his full control mode right now. It's
Going
just,
in.
he's doing his,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah,
told
yeah.
it
You're fine.
works better that way.
Yeah.
I have no holes.
Emotional damage.
I love that little video clip. You see the one of the Asian guy saw
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
It's so applicable for so many things.
Yeah. I've actually seen him talk normal, and he speaks in American, like normal American.
Yeah, no,
It's
no,
like-
I assumed he was actually.
It's also
yeah.
like Uncle
No.
Uncle Roger.
Yeah, exactly.
I just assumed it was Uncle Roger.
No, that's what I was watching.
Wow, that's
Oh!
dude,
the
all
fuck?
those Asians look inside the same hero.
What?
Huh?
What? Neither of those guys is actually Asian.
Huh?
They just play one on YouTube.
You know.
Be fresh and clean.
Tell you what, the shower in the master bathroom is a considerably upgrade.
Touchdown!
than the,
He fumbled
all that-
forward into the end zone.
Touchback.
Touchback.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Did you just fumble it out of
man.
bounds?
Never in doubt.
Through the
Yup.
end zone.
Never in doubt.
Wow.
That's so rare.
I mean, it's rare in the NFL, and then every time it happens in the
We're
NFL,
like,
you're like,
this should not be
what a
rule.
weird rule. This is
It's
horrible.
super cool.
What would they try to replace it with?
Exactly.
Ah.
Exactly.
That's
I
all-
totally
all
just,
one.
I don't even know who's
Dude,
walking back
all
here.
one. If you fumble, it goes out of bounds,
Alright,
just
whatever.
like anywhere else. Where you fumbled is where you get the ball.
But if it's in the out of the end zone, though,
Fumble, you get the ball.
Maybe
That's
what if you
not
get it back at the
accurate
20?
at all. That was something was bad there.
Isn't that where you get it back?
No. Not the recovering
not
team.
the opposing
I'm saying that the
terrible.
offensive team shouldn't be penalized for a fumble. It usually occurs at the 1 or 2 yard line.
Oh, yeah, they
It is then fumble out of bounds.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hold on to the
Back in
fucking
20,
ball.
they should put it at the 50.
Hold on to the ball. Ooh, that's it. Just make it a penalty.
Okay.
Right? Loss of down and put it goes to the 50-yard line.
First and goal from 50.
No.
Oh,
Loss
shit.
of down. Loss of down. And it goes to the 50. So if it was
Rough
third,
in
it's
there.
now 4th and 50.
Okay. As if people just go step for field goals at that point.
I mean, it's getting to that. You know? What's a 67-yard field goal nowadays? It's like a chip shot.
I was very confused.
You would be. You're a terrible returner.
Oh boy.
Oh, girl.
Ah.
Playoff Panthers.
Looks like someone's trying to make it back.
See, earlier, Steve, when Jared was like, you're going to win out of Bub McDowell, he was psyching you up to kick your ass.
Saw right through it.
So what happens when a female joins the league? Is the man bowl going to still be considered that? Because that wouldn't be gender.
The G becomes
The world wins.
Like, how? It's your rookie year. How'd you win all your games? She's like, I
It's-
don't know.
Yeah.
You know, you're like,
It'd be the same as a woman coming to a Tecmo tournament that isn't someone's wife.
Yeah, no, right? Everyone's like, what?
A girl! Girl!
Actually, the house game we played in last February, like since it's all their friends, the guy brought his 8-year-old daughter, and that was my first matchup. And I was like,
Nice job.
I used to play
Very
it
nice job.
competitively, and
Wonderful.
that would happen sometimes.
and it was
Fuck
like,
yeah,
I
Steve.
felt
He
bad.
didn't, he didn't like that one.
So like at the 25, there was
Offense!
a
Yay!
What happened?
I missed it.
The season of maybe kick returns need to be negated.
Oh, I can't wait.
No.
That's what Joel wants.
That's I fucking hate kick returns in this game.
I can actually, I will say, that's one thing that I find annoying with this. But when you did say it is a skill set, it balanced it a little, but I'm still like.
I haven't had a kick house against me the entire season. In
I
fact,
don't
I
have
don't-
it either.
I
Oh
don't
no,
think-
the computer did.
I don't think anyone has reached my 50 on a kick return.
So yeah, so I see it, but also it does seem like every time you look up, it's like happening. It's like holy smokes. it's a
Yeah,
lot.
well, I think it's partly because we expanded to the full 15-team NFC, so
Oh, that's a good
drafting
call.
teams that
I
have,
get it,
the
right.
good- you know, like Minnesota,
Oh my God,
notoriously
guy.
terrible at kick returns. I was in Minnesota, I did okay, like, you know, but I had seasons where I got 0 or 1.
If there was a rule
Back
put in
to
place-
back to back!
AAU
AAU
national
Like, these are two of they're the 3 probably best teams in the NFC at kick returns are the Panthers, Bears, and Saints. And you know,
And the Cardinals.
the problem is with our current setup, all 3 of those teams will always be active because they're also all just good teams.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
One of the things I was always saying is further restrictions on who's eligible may matter less because of whatever you discussed.
Boy, spirit.
But what I've
Scared me.
discovered is you know only relative to the Arizona Cardinals. Like I tested and tried the same
It's only that one team. For you.
No, other teams have that. Like, but you can't. Like, you're limited in you know, like the Chicago Bears.
Oh shit.
Whoever
That's
the
good.
Chicago
That's good
Bears,
pick.
whoever
Put
they
that
put
time on
wide receiver
purpose.
One, is
You can do that.
a better kick returner. You know, but the only people that can go to wide receiver
That's right with you.
one are Timpson, Conway, Graham, and McMurtry.
That's all I need to know.
I have no
I'm
idea
like,
if
I
Colts
wanna
chose
know that.
to use Graham or McMurtry because I would never want them at wide receiver one. I don't even want Conway there. Like, I look at Timpson and go, oh, he's in bed. But maybe that's a lie.
So the only way you could do it is like if you receive the first half and you set your lineup before the game and then swap them out after the kickoff.
Right, but then you're constantly like, you could do that on offense, but you can't swap them out if
That's
you're on
right.
defense, and that's when you're going to, that's when
Unless
you're
you
going to
never
get a
give
kick
up a
return.
score. Yeah, you're right.
You know, there's, like I said, it's different for every team. Not every team that I've played has had that kind of a situation, you know. But I was the Saints, and then I was, who was I after the Saints? Chicago. Yeah. Then I was Chicago,
And then you were the Panthers.
and then I was the Panthers, and then I was the Vikings, and I
Never could figure it out.
I'd say he did okay. He still a few
I
inches.
did okay. I you know, but like
It was
I
division
don't think I
rival.
ever had more than like 4 in a season, and generally it was you know less than.
You often started like on your side of the
Yeah.
50, and then Jake Reed
Yeah.
from Camarillo.
If you incorporate a rule, have you guys thought about anything that you could do to make it a little bit?
So here's the thing.
No.
We added the hitting power rule because there's a definitive reason
There you
that
go.
hitting power is relevant, right? The kicker,
The
the
kicker is
player,
31.
right? The kicker is 31. You're forced or whatever. So you can't use players because a lot of the kick returners that were good and had ridiculous hitting power. Because so now the kicker's useless basically, and you're just depending on the drones,
Right.
or position.
Let me. What about this? Is there a way to up a kicker's max speed, where maybe he could cover a little bit better the defense? You know, because sometimes
I mean,
actually you could lose.
you could go into the base ROM and
Like
and
where all
modify
kickers
all
were
the
set,
player
like
stats.
like set at like whatever a certain speed. That way you
Yeah.
could at least
But here's
counter.
they already had 81 run speed and
Okay.
81 max speed.
Right. Okay.
But
yeah.
you see the kickers running around. They,
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
like yeah.
right? They're okay for a while, but every now and then, like if you make a bad cut or you get blown up, you're pretty much out of it,
That's what. Yeah.
right? And then when you look at the returners, max speed isn't the thing. Like max speed doesn't dictate whether a player is a good returner.
Right.
I'm using a guy whose stats like across the board are 31s and 25s, and he just happens to be a good
And we
returner.
still haven't figured out why that is.
Well,
You know.
for me, it's because I'm playing him in the position I'm playing him in for whatever reason. Like last year at the end of my second season with the team, and I had tried different things, different players.
Oh, wow.
It never occurred to me to try literally the shittiest fucking player on my team
Right.
in a key position on my defense. And what happened was conditions and injuries last season. I ended up with one of my worst players, like my bottom three, in that spot just because the conditions dictated it.
Right.
And someone kicked off to me, and all of a sudden this dude was just cracked out. And then the next game, the same thing happened, and I was like, "What the hell is going? Like it didn't make any sense." And then I cut him to free agency because I got a better player. And
A rare herb smith?
I went back and I looked, and I was like, why is this guy suddenly a good kick returner? And the only thing, condition may be a factor, but like I looked to see where he was on the field because I know that there are others like Chicago. If whichever wide receiver, you put a wide receiver
Okay.
one,
Okay.
That
is
won't
a
back
good
out.
returner, right?
Good.
Like
But you can't back out either. Whatever
Yeah.
we're stuck with.
At wide
I
receiver
don't
two,
know.
he's not as
And
good.
we're stuck with this now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's do it.
So
So it sounds like there's some trial and error in this process to figure out potentially with the team that you have to figure out.
There's not a lot of what
it's
see is
basically
what
you
get.
need to put in time and practice and test things and figure, and sometimes there's a thing and sometimes there's not.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I get that, right.
But there's, from a statistical standpoint, you can't go, ban guys with speed stats that are high. Like a lot of the really good kick returners have. But a lot of these guys are also guys that were kicked, like Dwight Stone, and in this game specifically, Dwight Stone and Tyrone Hughes were two of the fastest players. in the
Nice.
NFL
Really good cover
at
there.
the time, and both amazing returners.
Mhm.
And that was like from a realism standpoint, like I want them to be good returners. They should be awesome because if you learn how to play special teams and how to stop it, and you get comfortable with maneuvering the field, like just like playing defense,
Yeah.
you can stop these things. It's not like it's not like lurching where it's just the play starts push B.
Yeah, I get it.
And I get caught up in I want what you see is what you get, and I don't want concepts to be team specific. But that's not the way it is, so I have to get over that.
What do you mean by concepts to be team specific?
The wide receiver one thing works in Chicago, but not on every team.
That's correct.
And the thing in Arizona doesn't work on every team. So it's like, it's not fun for me to have to research my team to find the hacks that are in there. Because what if they're, that's not fun for me. But it doesn't that's too bad. I get it. But I wish I could just look and know.
I agree. It would save me, time.
Well, there is a dynamic
good.
of figuring out what work and trying to figure it out. That you're like, okay,
And the thing is,
I get that.
if you share
Whoa.
that information, on a community level, then, you can figure these kind of things out
Right.
and people can know. We didn't know that you could cycle backwards with the X button until 11 seasons into the league.
Right,
What?
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been playing for 7 years before Lou said it at one point, and I was like,
Yeah,
are you
Lucas,
fucking with me?
the way you drop
He's like, no, you can hit
I
it.
know, I just said this, but I didn't realize that
I was like,
fucking.
He just casually said it one day, and everyone was like, what are you talking about?
He's like, yeah, you hit A or hit X cycle. I'm like, oh,
And it says it in the rule book.
That's what's the best thing. That's right.
what rule book? I don't have that shit. It's like playing Castlevania 2.
You guys should have the poster put up, the little thing with spread had all the teams and all that.
I thought about doing like up like a big banner, but we do the
Yeah.
gods. So,
Yeah.
you know, the rod is god thing has been like a staple
That's
of the
cool,
league
yeah.
for forever.
Hmm.
It's also one of like
They're not going to
the
change
video
conditions.
moments.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to see who is the best out of all the shit. The
Like,
pile of
it's
shit
probably
and trying to see what
every-
one stands tall.
Year that someone's a champion. And you get, I know you guys have
Alright,
third
whatever.
year or whatever, but like
Yeah.
starting, you know, you can hold up the belt and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of little things that
There's
you
a lot
can do
of
that are fun.
right, right.
Yeah.
You know, it's all just relative.
Because like a week from now, once we get done the free agency portion, which will take place online
Line
in
is
about a
so
week from now,
good, sir.
everyone's gonna be like, Lee, I don't want to hear you talk about Tecmo for the next 4 months.
Yeah, I see that.
You know, or
No.
7 months.
Hmm?
You know.
Nice
Oh.
dive. Fuck me.
Huge stop, Steve.
Can't get in there.
Here's another thing. You don't just know outright, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whichever team is actually doing the picking, it brings the quarterback's name up on the screen. If you don't do it, it doesn't.
No, that's a
Generally
bummer, right?
speaking,
So
generally
it's a
speaking,
giveaway, right?
it's a huge giveaway, but you learn throughout the people.
Jared, how's that asshole? Awkward?
Yeah,
You
that
can-
makes sense.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Now you can just opt to go for 2 or whatever, or run a
Right,
play.
right.
But there's a glitch. When someone goes for 2, if the defensive team tries to bring up their menu, the game freezes.
Offensive team can do it.
Yeah.
They can change it a lot. Offensive team can do whatever. But if the defensive team brings up the menu, fuck
The
it.
game freezes.
Oh, that's good to know.
And then we all get to play Rochambeau with that coach, but they don't get to play that.
That means we get to kick each other in the nuts if you don't.
Yeah, the soft part version.
But that's not real. Jordan wouldn't allow that. He's too nice. Like we tried for years to get people to wear moo-moos for playing poorly, and Jordan has always been staunchly opposed to it.
Incorrect. I brought up from
Nope, it was Jordan is opposed to it. He's such a negative Nancy.
incorrect.
It's all your fault, Jordan.
You know this is
It's all your fault.
Bordier is
Of course I know it's a lie.
lying.
But I'm not going to pick on him because he's in the playoffs.
Oh,
You should have got him out in the playoffs. At least not for long.
Back to back 3 nats, huh? Well,
What are we considering picking on me for?
The plot's getting thick.
I was insinuating that
you got
it's
time.
Jordan's fault.
Yeah.
It's Jordan with
Oh, really?
staunchly opposed to the movie board. I was blaming him.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't care if it was a rule. I wouldn't do it anyway.
right, that's what I'm saying. But that's also the
There you
reason it
go.
never manifested.
You're going to get the ball. Oh, it's just a turnover. Okay. It's only for field goals that that's an issue. Got it.
Man, I picked up my own block field goal against Bill, and I was like, ooh, here we go. Immediately tackled. Fuck. How come I don't get the cracked out dude that can just break all the tackles?
There's in the Genesis version of this, and it's the reason I've come to prefer this version. I like the game speed. I think the game speed's better than this overall.
Oh, he
Yeah.
is moving. He's
Wow.
trucking like Gaming Trucker.
I see what you did there. Because I assume it's because game speeds faster players are faster or whatever. There's a glitch where when you punt, your team can reach the punt return before the ball and blow them up.
Oh shit,
And the
that's
ball
funny.
bounces on the ground and then you have to restart the game.
That's annoying.
Yep.
What the Genesis version does have that I wish this one had is you can hit start with the line of scrimmage and call something out.
Oh, that's cool.
Like before.
Yeah, like, before you snap the ball, maybe you don't you pick the wrong play. Or you suddenly notice how much time is left or something. Then you hit start, you go back to it. Use a timeout and go back to the screen.
I don't remember that. The Genesis version also
Spun yourself out of
has-
bounds. Yeah.
and this exists in
Yeah.
earlier versions on the Super Nintendo as well. You can push a button, a single button during the game menu, and it does a T formation dive play that you don't have in your playbook.
The Genesis has that.
Yeah, the Genesis.
Yes,
has
that's right.
Oh, the SNES one.
The SNES TSP1 has that as well.
Ah.
But it did not carry forward to TSP3. Largely, I assume because they added all of the
There
dive
you go.
plays.
What's funny
Here it
is
is.
the Genesis
Here it
already
is.
has both, but also the computer will
There
call
it
the
is.
guy in
Well
the middle
thrown.
Yeah.
randomly.
Yeah,
like,
way
every,
too long.
Like
Yeah.
7 plays. It won't only pick it when it's.
But you always know it because it's always, when you use the button to do it, it's always the T formation dive play. Which, so like they could be playing an all one set after one in the playbook,
And then it
and then
shows
all of a
up.
sudden
You
they're
know.
in T formation. You're
But
like,
there's no way to stop unless you pick
there
the
is.
play.
At
Right?
least in Dime, you can't do it in every formation. At least I haven't been able to figure out how to do it in every formation. But in Dime, you can just there's a
Oh,
gap
man.
between the linemen. If you're the linebacker, you like you've seen us doing all weekend.
Yeah.
You can slip through and actually get to the runner before he dives. But that's a player skill thing and a player skill. The shittier your player, the slower your player, the harder it is to make those gaps.
Join her.
Oh.
Nice.
Someone's looking in man bowl form out there.
Jared pulled that move where you sit down and you're like, I don't know why I'm playing, this is a pointless game, and then you kick the shit out of your opponent.
Oh, I saw it happen. I was like, this is the best ruse ever. Oh, he caught him in the middle of the slide.
That's normally the Dan strategy.
Call
That's-
play.
That's how the congratulations on your victory. Dan started that. He'd sit down and be like, this game's already over.
Wins by 2 scores.
Yeah.
Everyone else feels like throwing shit at Dan. Like this
Luck
motherfucker.
sack.
Oh, shut up, Dan. Luck sack, my sack.
Next weekend.
I'm not that
Let's
strong.
Well, he said to Luck sack.
Yeah, I should have never went
his
for
sack.
2.
Maybe next
I
send
only
that
went
out
for 2
way
last
for
time
that.
because that would put me within
Dude,
field
Bill,
goal.
maybe I'll take a
Sunday.
Sunday.
Fucking reach.
A little nightcap.
Fuck.
Little nightcap Sunday, little sack
Fuck.
night.
Smell like a smoky brown
Sunday
dick.
sack night.
Not to worry
Little
whatsoever.
sword fighting.
Ligma?
Ligma.
Slam some
Yep.
sandos before we do some sword fighting sack night Sunday.
Yeah.
You
Do
do
the,
fine.
was it the
Sack City boys.
We'll
Super
sell
Bowl
it.
shuffle?
No, that though, when Lou won the
Here we
Man
go,
Bowl
gentlemen.
back in the day with the Chicago Bears, that was the song.
Come on!
And he did it twice.
Yep. There.
We got that.
Holy.
Throw the flag challenge out. I'm not convinced the Saints had possession,
game.
Yep.
Why?
and yet
Here I am.
here we are.
Here I go again.
I'm not looking at the dome like I should look at your crush.
Oh,
Bigger than the dome.
boy.
Is it this whole? It's just those 2 lines. I'll repeat the whole song.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure.
I assume it's just like a Tecmo
Yeah.
dance song, right? Like you go to
Yeah.
the club and that's what's playing. It's just 2 fucking lines. Okay.
Mhm.
And then the instructor telling you to do planks or whatever.
Oh, that's right. You said you heard it during a workout session, right?
I was like, why do I know this song?
Were you just laughing the whole time?
It was hard not to.
That's awesome. Lord.
Oh!
Wow.
Man, you gotta feel bad for Dion in a moment like this. He's sitting on the sidelines and his whole season's on the line.
He's in training room.
With a pulled hammy.
Poor Dion.
He's with Deshaun Watson.
Or Dion.
Too soon?
Oh.
Shenanigans.
It's an example of 4th and boarding.
That is shit.
Steve is showing off his extra
4th
flair.
and Jordy Eve.
Jordan needs new underwear.
Out of sadness.
Okay.
Are those happy tissues?
Your,
or sad
your,
tissues?
your face was like,
No, my face was. This is the game we play.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus. How are you guessing his plays?
Josh, take off that Steve mask. 25% of the time it works every time.
Continued to get better during the season because you had a stretch where that was your plan. I was like, oh, I can't wait to play in week 17.
Right.
And then you started like having a balanced playbook. I'm like, what the fuck?
Louise.
Hang on a second.
What are you about to unleash?
I just want to rewatch that play.
Well, no one's stopping you.
I know.
Okay.
What do you think you do?
I didn't dive.
Okay. No, there was just a really crazy, weird kind of like graphical glitch around.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
It's tense. Let's let it breathe.
Oh.
shit! Jack Del Rio said, "Fuck your couch."
I don't know how Jim ever does. I don't know how Jim ever doesn't get out of that. Because he's terrible.
Dude, that's not nice to say about Steve.
I would never.
Zing.
And you know, those grapes. Good job.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a job. Joel doesn't fuck around
They
when it
look
comes to
pretty good,
eating the rest of
actually.
his food.
Oh, I could have offered to share. That's not me.
Here we
It
go.
comes down to this, boys. There we go.
Oh!
I knew it was too soon. Please let it go. It's me.
Just a bit.
No 3-0 sweep.
Alright, Jared, you can unclench now.
Good run, Steve.
No, you can unclench when you get to the ball.
Go to the
Intensity
bowl
is 75,
first.
motherfucker.
And then you unclench.
Snickers. was
Todd says, what a game. D-God says, one time, one shot, one chance, GG.
Jared likes a little dangerous.